Hi folks, Electric Jen here, up in my very unfinished garage, but that's okay. Trying to do part 2 of my Model 3 review. I've had the car now for just over a month, and I did a part 1, but I'm so sorry it took me forever to do a part 2. I want to talk a little bit about efficiency. So, oh yeah, I'm able to see the screen. Alright, so take a look at this here screen. Can you see it? Alright, so since 4:08 p.m. on my regular old commute home, I've driven 18.7 miles, which took me 41 minutes, which is surprisingly good. And I have an average efficiency of 236 watt-hours per mile. Now that's very good, actually, and is especially true because I was parked outside in, 30 to 40 degree weather all day. So when I got into the car, it actually showed me a snowflake right by the battery. So that kind of reminds you that, hey, the snowflake battery is cold. Now, I do get a regenerative braking limited symbol when you first start the car, and it's sort of like right in this vicinity, and I had a complaint that that banner was a little bit too tall, so it was blocking the arcs that you see around the back of the car when you are, which is sort of like right here. There are some arcs when you back up. So, oh, I just opened my trunk. If that whole area is blocked by this tall banner, you sort of can't see your arcs. But anyway, now it seems like Tesla actually just flashes it when you first start driving, and then doesn't show it the whole way. So I don't particularly care for that either. I think the banner should just be smaller, or what I really would like is for the energy graph, which is now just a vertical line, to show a little more information. I would like to know that not only is my regenerative braking limited, but sort of how much it is by, because, it starts like a lot limited. You know that as you drive and as you warm up the battery, it will go less limited, right? So there are times, it's not like an all or nothing thing. There are times when you have a little more, a little less, and, full or none at all. So hopefully they'll change that. I'm sure they will. And I talked about that in my first video. Next thing I want to talk about with efficiency is vampire drain, right? This is what happens when you park your car and it shows that you have 200 miles of rated range on the battery. Then in the morning you wake up and there are less than that. So vampire drain sort of, relates to what amount of battery usage is eaten up by some of the normal systems. Now, I have not looked at my charge very carefully. Reason being, once you sort of have one of these long-range EVs for a little while, a couple weeks, couple months, like we got our S in December when it was like really cold a couple years ago, you stop caring as much. At least that's my experience. So I don't really give a, I just charge it to 90%, drive it a couple days actually, since we only have one car garage. When it gets to about half, I plug it in. Now I know a plugged in Tesla is a happy Tesla, and if you have the opportunity to plug in every night and charge to 90% so that you're always topped off, even 80%, then go ahead and do that. That's the great thing to do. I don't really have that luxury. I have one garage, and it's not really worth to me putting a charger outside, because then I'd have to park in the driveway anyway and block the garage, and it's a whole thing. So anyway, I don't pay much attention, right? I charge the car, use it a couple days, charge it again. Right, no biggie. I don't even know what my thing shows at 90%, but I think it's 279. I'd have to check after I finish charging right now, which I'm getting these awesome charging rates. 36 miles an hour. Is it backwards? It's probably backwards, but anyway. 36 miles an hour. 37 now. I've added 4 miles already because I just plugged in. I'm at the full 40 amps, which is what I have my limit set to, my charge current, and I'm charging from the UMC cable that came with my Model S, because it's just sitting, plugged in the garage, in a NEMA 1450 outlet, which I paid like $9 for at the Home Depot, plus a $3 cover plate, and a buddy installed it for $50, so win-win. Anyway, back to efficiency. So this vampire drain, I suspect, and I have not looked at the numbers, which is why I went on that little rant, but I have not looked very carefully at the numbers, but I suspect my car is losing about 10 miles of rated range per night that I leave it parked outside from 5 p.m. to 7 a.m. in, 30-ish degree weather. Now, I realize that many of you will not be leaving your car outside overnight, and that's great. If you have a garage, awesome. But some of you will. And of those some of you, you'll be like, 30 degrees, you need to move. I kind of agree. I just love Philadelphia. But anyway, if you are leaving your car outside and you are in a cold weather climate, please, please, please do not be super surprised by the vampire drain. I also suspect, and I don't have any real info on this, but I suspect Tesla has a little bit more of a complex, a robust battery management system on the Model 3. So I think you lose a little bit more vampire drain, but then you gain in efficiency on the drive. So again, for me to get 236 watt hours per mile off of a cold enough battery to show a snowflake when I started this drive for just 18 and a half miles, that's pretty good efficiency, like really, really good. And that's with limited regenerative braking. So I suspect that Tesla sacrifices this vampire drain for efficiency on the drive for a net gain in efficiency. They wouldn't do it otherwise. And you know, there are far smarter people than you and I working at Tesla, of course, with these battery management systems. And I think they're doing a really good job. So since my last charge, it was 82.6 miles and 258 watt hours per mile, which again, still a pretty good average. That 82 miles, I think that 82 of actual miles cost me like 40 and 80, like 120 rated range. Again, I didn't look that carefully, but I think I was at about 279 when the last time I charged. So over the course of like 4 days, I think I lost like 35-ish miles of non-driving. So I kind of just wanted to mention that because I want you to not be alarmed when you get your car. Tesla knows what it's doing, and this car is very efficient, and it knows what it's doing. But if you get caught up in the numbers, it's easy to sort of, you know, panic and freak out. Oh my gosh, I'm losing so many miles just by sitting there. But you need to look at the overall picture. How many miles can you really drive on how many dollars that you're paying in your electricity bill? That's the real key here. And it is very, very obvious that this is more efficient than my 2014 Model S with an 85 battery. So I'm happy about that. I mean, our electricity bill is going to go up. I mean, that's just a fact, having two cars. But the amount of cash that I have to give to the gas pump, you know, is definitely going to go down by more, like probably double, compared to how much my electricity is going up. So that's what I wanted to talk about in this part 2. After a month, I absolutely adore the car. I like driving it more than the S, which I never thought possible. I'm very, very used to the display. I love the size and the weight and the feel of the steering wheel. I have it set to sport mode, which I did before I even pulled out of the Tesla service delivery center. The car is great. I have not had any problems in, you know, just these couple 100 miles over 100? How many have I driven? I have driven almost 1,000, 814 miles in the course of a month. I'm not working quite as many days as usual lately, but, you know, 4 days a week of a solid commute, and the car is great. It doesn't get recognized as much as I hoped it would, but it's a really great car, and it is absolutely positively worth the wait. I wanted to make another note about this and any other Tesla. There is such a thing as a Tesla community. I will make a video explaining this entire thing, but I just need to say that as we speak, there is a group of perfect strangers, people that I have never met in real life, Tesla enthusiasts that are collectively putting together a tremendous amount of effort to do something nice for me. I'll explain later, but I just needed to say that when you buy into this car as either an owner or an enthusiast, you are becoming a member of a community that is indescribably amazing. I mean, close, awesome, amazing. I have shared meals with owners from all over the country, many, many conversations, and like I said, most recently there is a group of owners and enthusiasts who I have never met in real life that are collectively putting tremendous effort into something nice. So I just wanted to say that there are so many unexpected benefits of being a Tesla owner besides getting to drive an awesome car. So that's it for now. 1 month in, 0 problems, surprising efficiency with, you know, potentially alarming vampire drain if you're not really, you know, knowing what you're looking at. So I wanted to give you a warning. Overall, bottom line, great efficiency, absolutely amazing drive. 814 problem-free miles. Oh, problem-free. Okay. The phone as the key thing, not 100% yet. It probably will be, not 100%. Once in a blue moon, I have to pull out my card and tap the pillar. So, okay. Fact. Not really perfect, but darn close. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your wait, but more importantly, when you get your Model 3, enjoy. Bye.